excited. Oh my god! So y'all, welcome back. I'm Sephirine, and you read by the title, having a mania, and bird story, and meal plans, and so yes, here I am getting ready to go to the doctor to take my blood test, because you have to take a blood test every 6 months to check my blood counts. So I'm getting ready to head there. Here I have on Stitch sweaters with a Stitch bracelet and necklace. And I'm crazy about Stitch. So I have my Stitch so I can feel motivated to go and get blood, because I do this every 6 months and it's very tiring. I'm really tired of seeing needles. Yeah, and I have my Stitch bag, as I showed you just now. And yeah, that's my outfit for today. On the way to the hospital to get my blood taken. Here we are. We just reached the hospital, checking in so that we could see where we gotta go to get my blood taken. Yep. Now I'm waiting for my turn to go get my blood taken. And yeah, waiting. Okay. Waiting. And that's my mom, by the way.
Yeah.
And oh, here is my turn. Here we go. So now we are on our way to go to the supermarket to get some stuff to get some groceries done for the week. We have made it to the supermarket, and by the way, I'm with my parents. That's my dad. They came to support me just in case, I feel a little nauseous after the blood. But that's my mommy over there, and that's my daddy walking. Those are my parents, always supporting me. It's been Yeah, so stop undoing the video. Here is me showing you from Google on the internet what anemia is and where it comes from. It's from loss of blood, as you can pause the video and read, or you could check on the internet yourself what anemia is. So you already read by the title, having anemia. So that was me getting my blood done as I have to do every 6 months. I have to check to see if my blood count is low or high, because it's very dangerous if it's low, because I could faint. And and living with anemia, I had this for years, and I have to drink and eat a lot of things that boost my iron, because it's having, like I showed you just now, what it is. It's from blood loss, and it's like your iron is low and your blood cells are low, so you have to like drink things to boost your iron. What I drink is like kiwi drinks. Kiwi is something that boosts your iron. I eat like tuna with wraps, because tuna is also, or steak with wraps, because steak, red meat is what I eat for dinner. Like ground beef, steak, and stuff like that. That's what I eat for dinner, because that's what builds my iron. I also I drink like smoothies with kiwi and strawberries, because strawberry and kiwis are things that boost my iron. And orange juice also. And I eat oats every morning, because that's also something what boosts, what brings up my iron and my red blood cells. And yeah, so, and you have to be very, very careful with what you're doing, especially if I'm allowed to say this on internet, especially with who you go to bed with, because it's your blood, and it's red blood cells, and it's your iron. So if you catch any type of disease, it can mess you up. I always have to go and check up when my blood is low. They always they check my liver, they check everywhere to see where it's coming from. And that's what I'm gonna tell you a story time about. That's what I said on the vlog. It's talking about my birth. I actually got this blood loss. I was born with it. Born with anemia, and it got worse because through my childbirth, I had two. You lose a lot of blood, and I had two C-sections where I lost more blood, and they were supposed to check on my blood when they took my, when you go to the hospital when you're pregnant, you take your blood test, and they're supposed to see that I was anemia, and they didn't do that. And they were supposed to give me a bag of blood when they were doing the surgery, and they didn't do that. So I lost a lot of blood. And going back now to a story time where I fainted, and that's when I first found out about that. I fainted, just like that. I fainted, and I got up back up, and then I spoke to a friend, and then she was like, "No, you need to check the doctor, because that's not normal." And I went to the doctor to check it out, and then he's the one who sent me to the hospital, and there I had to get a bag of blood and a bag of iron, and that's when I realized how serious it is. And that's why right now I'm really careful with what I do, with what I eat, exercising. Yeah, it's a tough thing to live with, because I get short breath. I can't run. So if somebody's chasing me, I can't run for my life, because I get out of breath really fast. I have to watch what I eat. I can't drink tea. I can't drink coffee, because they have like this thing inside of it, this chemical inside of it that stops the iron from coming in my blood. I have to, have a diet, and I have to eat like 3 times a day, and I have to make sure that they have, you know, stuff, that proteins that builds up my iron. But yeah, that's it for now. I hope you enjoy this vlog. And you know, this thing is serious, because at first I didn't take it so serious, because you know, but it's very serious. You gotta watch out, because it's your blood. So you gotta watch out with catching a disease, or catching like liver, even problems with your liver and stuff like that. So you have to be careful with what you eat. You have to watch what you're doing during the day because you get out of breath fast and you could faint. And every 6 months I have to check my blood count to see if it's low or high. I have to be careful. I have to take a blood test. I have to check to see if I have any type of disease, if I have liver disease, if I have liver lung problems, because they have to know from in advance because of my situation. Because being Armenian, you have to be careful. You have to know from before if you have that, so that they could save your life. It's a very, very serious thing. I didn't take it serious at first, but now I see how serious it is because I've had this for years. Like when I tell you years. My son is 14 years old, and before he was born, that's when I found out how serious it was. Because like I told you, the video of us, where if you go back to my video, we made it 14 years later. It's there where I could have lost my life, because that's why I had to sign a paper that I know what I was doing, because there's when I found out how serious it was. So I take it very, very, very serious now. I do my meal plans. I try not to do things that get me out of bread. Yeah.